Getting husky in this bed. Yes, sir. So here's today's trade recap, or I actually took two trades. It was these two right here. So the overall bias was correct. The reason I took this, let's go and replay. It was kind of like obvious to me. Look at this, bro. ES already filled this gap, and look at that hourly close. This was like my main confluence right here. The reason why I took that, the disrespect of that hourly was just like there's absolutely no way we don't go and take that low, and Q actually did take that low. Also, I don't know why it doesn't show executions. I think because the market already closed. And Q, or I keep running out of storage on my phone, bro. It's kind of annoying, but with this move, NQ did take this low at what 1:12 a.m. and didn't. ES didn't take the move or didn't take that low with this move, which is kind of annoying because if I did take it on NQ, I would have hit it. But I forgot what the reason was. I think it was because ES's was lower and there might have not been a 5 minute pullback. I forgot. It was like a 3 minute pullback, I believe. Yeah, it was a 3 minute pullback. That's the one I took. Maybe ES didn't have it. Oh, ES did have it and got stopped. Oh, wait, no. It didn't have it. Yeah, so it didn't have the pullback because this was the move that I entered on. Wait, no, what? This is what? 709? Okay. So I entered on, there was a candle that pulled back. This was 709, the one that pretty much stopped me out, or like it went a bit lower again with this move and then stopped me out. Yeah, and I entered right there. Looked very good with broke structure. The 15 minute, I believe, closed below, and then we pulled back, inversing all of these. It was also a 5 minute inversion of all of this whole imbalance. And yeah, I thought that was a great trade, but it was a mistake that there was no liquidity yet. There was no liquidity sweep, and I usually trade off of liquidity. That's like my main strategy. But I've been like back testing and taking trades towards liquidity, right? Because it was kind of obvious and it did hit just on NQ, not on ES. I was up like what 400, maybe 500 over there. I don't remember, or I think I went in lighter. I don't remember. But the second trade was an absolute banger, and it's annoying because it was in the PM, and I usually size down in the PM. But look at this, bro. I went in with one, yeah, one MES, one micro on ES, and it did hit crazy, bro. The reason I took it was because obviously on the 50 minute, it was just kind of an obvious draw, right? We insane volume close on the 15 below all of these lows, showing me okay, we're extremely bearish. That close is just, look at that volume, look at the amount of buying volume and the amount of selling volume. That kind of just tells you where it wants to go. And literally the only next low was this one, and I was literally sitting in class looking at this candle, this one for like 40 minutes. Finally this one pulled back, and I entered off like a 1 to 2 minute inversion. It was like, this is technically the 2 minute inversion, but there was like this whole 1 minute imbalance that I took it off of. And look at the hourly too, bro. Pretty much like this whole 1 minute inversion. And look, bro, my final TP was right here. I was at the gym. The market was about to close in like 40 minutes. And I was working out. I saw a lot of volume coming in. I was like, I'm gonna just exit right here. It was at this high volume candle. It was kind of inversing everything. And I'm pretty sure NQ already did take the low at that point. And I was, cause yeah, it's this low. Yeah, and I was like, okay, the same shit might happen where NQ takes CES doesn't, so I just exited right there for a 1 to 5.38. If I held to full TP, it would have been a 1 to 9, 1 to 8. Yeah, and look at that exit though, like a MITP placement. Like liquidity does fucking work, bro. It does work. And I kind of wanted to talk about the fact that most of your learning and most of your struggles will be about yourself in trading because the strategy part is easy, bro. Stocks move up and down. All you have to do is catch a piece like this, bro. Because I was up on this trade. If my TP was just down there, I would have banked, right? But no, I was a bit too ambitious. And that was like a mistake. Okay, what do? I need to trim at lows. If I would have trimmed right here, I would have been down a lot less and I probably would have been green on the day because I am pretty much down on the day. This is my first trade on my top step. And where does it say? It doesn't say, but I'm down like what, 67 bucks on the day. I wouldn't have been if I just trimmed right here, right? So it's like I know where it went. Like the stock went down as I predicted it with like I was predicting it was gonna go down over here. But no, we just wanted to take a bit more liquidity before going lower. Same thing right here. I did predict it. The stock went down and pulled back to a 15. I entered and it was all good. I entered lighter on one contract rather than three or something right here. And that was my mistake. That's the reason I went break even on the day. If I entered was like a regular size because this is a trade that I took a few times and I know it works, I would have been up on the day because if this the move that I lost like 200 right here, it would have been 200 like over here. That means this whole thing would have been like 600 all the way down here was probably like 1,000. Let's see actually. My entry was like right there. Usual size is 3 contract. Yeah, 540, 810. If I just held, but no, something in my mind told me let's go in lighter because this isn't like my perfect strategy, but it did hit. But yeah, this is the and yes, so that what the reason I was talking about that was because the trading part is the easiest part. You learn a strategy and most of the strategies that you learn they work unless like you don't see a flashy like thumbnail on a YouTube video. TGR's bootcamp works. Johnny Options, he has an amazing course that's on YouTube. It's free. That's the one I learned from. I bought his mentorship, and it works. And I applied it here, it works. But that is the easiest part. The hardest part is learning about yourself, why you do certain things, why you don't do certain things, why you stick to your rules, why you don't stick to your rules. A lot of it is like the biggest part. Like there's a lot of like psychology and a lot of reason behind why you do this, but the main thing is money. The reason you take stupid retarded trades that you usually wouldn't take or your strategy doesn't align with your strategy or rules is because you want money. Because I thought, okay, this is gonna run. This isn't off liquidity. No liquidity sweep happened. I just took it because I thought, oh, I think it's gonna go to liquidity, so let me just take this. It's because I wanted money. I wanted this number to be a bit higher. It's always just about money, bro. So once you disconnect yourself from money and connect your dopamine and your satisfaction to sticking to your rules and strategy, and when you start considering success not when you win, winning isn't your success, sticking to your rules and your strategy is your success, right? That's when everything changes. That's when you start focusing on the actual process, not just the numbers, right? And that is the main part, bro, is you just have to focus on the actual process. It's this paradox of trading where focusing on the money will make you the least amount of money. Focusing on the money will make you lose all of your money. Focusing on the progress, that's what will make you a bunch of money. Focusing on the skill, focusing on the technicals, focusing on the psychology, focusing on why you do certain things. Because imagine if you were entering with $3 into every trade. Would you care that you're in drawdown? No, you would see, okay, there's this fair value gap right here. It's still respecting it. I'm gonna keep holding. I'm not gonna exit early because why would I? I don't care about the $3. If it's going above your stop loss, you're just gonna simply exit. Oh, I'm down $1.50. You would simply exit because like it doesn't matter. Or if it hits your TP and you're up 50 cents, you're not just gonna hold and get greedy because, oh, it might go lower. You're just gonna exit because, bro, what? You're gonna be up 65 cents. Just think about that. There's a reason you do certain things. The reason I didn't care and I didn't sell right here was because I entered with a very light amount. I was up like what, $90, $100 over here. My risk was what, like $80 on this trade, and I didn't care. I was literally at the gym. I get stopped out. I get stopped out. I know how much money I put in this. I know how much I'm gonna lose. I don't care. So the reason you're very anxious as well is because of money. It's all because of money, bro. You're trading with too much money if you're anxious in trades. Literally, just think about that, bro. Just think about it. If you entered a trade with $5, would you care that you're in drawdown? Would you get emotional, or would you simply see the fair value gap getting respected? And you aren't just focused on that you're down money, you're focused that there's a fair value gap. Think about that, bro. It's always about money. Disconnect, and like the main thing is cut the amount of money you're using in trades, you're putting into trades by literally like 10, and focus on the actual skill of trading. And what, imagine you cut your amount of money that you put in by 10, and then you compound that over a year. Would you rather lose your money within a month and keep refunding and putting money into your account? Or would you rather lose a bit of money, make a little bit more than you lose, and over a year you've doubled your money? Okay, now you have double your money. Now you have more experience. Now you can put a little bit, start putting a little bit more money. The next trade you 4x it, or the next year you 4x it or 10x it. That's how it works. It's all the compound effect. All the good habits count. But you know what also counts? All the bad habits. You can spiral up with little actions, little step, and you go up. But you can also little step down every time you do something bad. Every time you full port, you're up a bit, you full port, it's even lower. It's like this. You go up amount, you're consistent, you get overconfident, you're over leveraged, it goes even lower. You have to change this. It has to be, or you're losing, you're losing, you're losing. Once you get a win, it goes up. Or you're losing, or you win a little bit, you lose, goes up because you stick to your risk management and you will have some crazy trades. I had a trade that hit like 300% last month, 350%. Imagine that with like $100 instead of 1,000. Because if you put 1,000, you'll lose your 1,000. You won't even have opportunities for those 300% trades. But if you put 100 right now and you make like 50 over your year or over your month, let's say, for example, and then you put like a decent amount or like your usual amount, it hits 300%. Now you just 3x your account in one trade, or like 50% of your account. It's all these things, bro. The good things stack up. Keep going. That is today's recap for the day. Yes, sir. God is good. I don't know. I'm flexing right now. I shouldn't be. That's literally the first thing that came to my mind, bro. God is good. Trust in Him. Trust in the process. Be thankful that He gave you this body and this the functioning body and mind that can read the charts, because doesn't God doesn't control the charts, and He doesn't control you, but He does give you control over yourself and over your body and this ability to read charts and capitalize on it. This is an insane opportunity, bro. Trading will change your life and my life. I haven't changed it yet, but I know it will, because I just look at this, bro. I put $5,000 into this. This is someone's yearly salary in a trade in 40 minutes. This will come, bro. This will come, bro. Fuck, this will come to us, bro. Trust. All right, bro. Catch you, bro. Trust God. Thank Him every day. I've been praying every single day, bro. And this stuff will pay off. Let's get it, bro. Free in the free, bro. What am I doing, bro?